What doth it do, everybody? Welcome in to another nerdy cardboard hour with your boy, me, Munsty, and the hand holding hooligans, which is you motherfuckers. You beautiful bad bitches. All right? Today we are gonna be fuck, I don't even want to admit this. I don't even want to have a conversation about this. Okay? Let me get the music going again. Let me get the music popping. Let's get some jams in there because we're doing some nerdy stuff. Let's also get TikTok going. Can't leave motherfucking TikTok out of this shit. All right, hold on. Go live. We're not playing Date Everything. We're doing some Magic the Gathering. We're doing nerd shit. Magic the Gathering. Yeah. Magic the Gathering. Go live. Hold on, I gotta do start my virtual camera. Oh! Okay, listen, we're here. So we're gonna have a very light discussion about what we're gonna do with these motherfucking nerdy events today. Now, in any aspect of your life, whatever hobby it may be, there's gonna be this corner of shame. May it be unpainted minis. May it be unread books. May it be like unplayed cards, something, unused paints. There is always a corner of shame. And today, as grown folk, we are going to look that corner of shame in the eyes and we're going to do some shit about it. Okay? So today, I love, let me just preface saying this. I love Magic the Gathering. When I say I love Magic the Gathering, I am an EDH player, a commander player, an Elder Dragon Head player, if you will. I love the idea of commander games, sitting at a table, 1v1s. I love that aspect of the game. I was very lucky in my nerdy ways in finding a game store that the people were fucking super cool. Like, they were super cool, they welcomed me, and they let me explore, and you know, I've met so many great people that I'm still to this day really fucking good friends with to this day. And that's not even from just a Magic the Gathering aspect. That's just from being in the game store and meeting these people and making it a connection with these people. You know, I also, you know, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent right now. We're gonna talk about my nerdy stuff. We're gonna talk about me and my career as a nerdy gentleman. Okay, I was a late bloomer. I was a very late bloomer. You know, I've always liked like Marvel stuff, and I've always been interested in card games and stuff like that. But I didn't go into my first game store until I was like 20s, maybe mid 20s, maybe, you know, early 20s. We'll say early 20s. The early 20s. It was when I first went to a game store and when I first really got my hands on Magic the Gathering. Yeah, like, you know, for Christmas I got they used to call them bundles back in the day. Or no, they used to call them fat packs or whatever the fuck that bundles. Okay, if you know what the fuck they are, you know what the fuck they are. It's essentially it's a good gift box to give somebody that is interested in the hobby. It comes with not only packs, it comes with, you know, a full 60 thing of lands, basic lands. So it was a really good, at that time, it was a really good box set to give me so that I could explore and see if I really like the hobby. So I got one of those for Christmas, and it was, I think it was Dragons of Tarkir. Yeah, I'm going back, a young warthog me, I'm going back in my mind's eye, and I'm fucking, you know, trying to remember. It was a Dragons of Tarkir fat pack. Fast forward a few years later and stuff like that, I was online. I was like, you know what? I needed to do something with my time. You know what I mean? I wasn't in a good place mentally. I wasn't in a good place just in general. So I was like, you know what? Let me go look for a local game store and see what's going on. And I found the Final Dungeon. Final Dungeon welcomed me in there. And, you know, I walked in. I had nothing. I knew nothing how to play the game. And I walked up to a table. And they were like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I'm interested in playing Magic. They're like, cool, come sit down. So I sat down and I watched them play. And then after the game ended, they looked at me and they're like, hey, man, so what'd you think? I was like, that was pretty cool. And then they were like, here, have some cards. Here, my friend, have some cards. And right then and there, they helped me. I think it was like 5 people. 5 people collectively took time out of their lives to help me build a commander deck. And the next game that we played, I was dealt in. So when I speak of my nerdy hobbies and stuff like that, I understand that I come from a very sort of privileged way. And I do want to give the disclaimer that I support local game stores. No matter where you are, if you have a hobby that you want to get involved with, I always say, look at your local game stores. Go online, see what they're advertising, see what they're about. Walk into the store, feel the vibe out. I am wholeheartedly for local game stores. With that, I do want to say the caveat: people are people. The whole idea that game stores can get funky is true. It's a true statement. I'm not gonna lie. There are some smelly motherfuckers in there, and sometimes you get some creepers in there too. That's just life. That's just the overall of life. What up, Chris? How you doing, handsome? But let me pull it back a little bit. Final Dungeon, I end up staying most of my game store years. Like, the Final Dungeon was my only game store that I went to until it shut down. And then just recently, I started going to a game store again. Matter of fact, now we're in the present. Now we're into present nerdy munsty. I've been out of the hobby for years. Haven't been in the game store, haven't touched a commander deck. Within the last week, I have bought myself a new commander deck. I have been into a game store, and I have played commander multiple times. So it's easy enough to say that I am back in a very, very casual way. Okay? So now, boom, boom, boom. Speaking of which, Chris was the beautiful man that I met up. We had a little bit of date session last night. We played some commander, and I will show you the commander deck. But that leads me into a perfect segue to the shame. Now, I have this box of shame. Okay, normally people have like a corner of shame, and they're trying to like pull shit out of there and do shit with it. No. I have a bag of shame, and I'm trying to put some of that shame from this bag into this little box of shame. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all. I want to show you guys what an untouched Magic Friday Night Magic bag looks like. This bag has not been touched, has not been opened in probably 6+ years. Now, I opened it yesterday, and I was ashamed. So this is what? Oh my God. A good thing I've been hitting the gym, right? A good thing I've been hitting the gym. So this is packed full with things and stuff. But today we're only tackling one half of the shame. We are only going to tackle the commander decks that exist in here. We're not looking at the whole bag. No. That's too much shame. That's too much shame even for a motherfucker like me. But we're going to look at the commander decks, and we're going to condense the amount of commander decks that I have in here. We're going to put some in the box of shame, and we're going to have like a nice rotation of commanders that I can play when I get more frequently back into the hobby. Okay, so now that we've spoken about what the fuck we're gonna do in this nerdy hour, okay? Welcome in, you beautiful bitches. We popping a cold one today. We're popping a cold one. I've had a fantastic week. Gym has been fucking fantastic. I've been fucking killing it at the gym. I've been killing it at my daily calories and my protein and all my macros. So you know what? I'm here with some fine ass motherfuckers. I'm gonna get pinkies out. I'm gonna drink in Arizona. I'm gonna enjoy myself, and hopefully you can enjoy yourself too. No matter what area code you're in, maybe TikTok, maybe Twitch, maybe YouTube, maybe Kick, whatever it is. Come. Let's fucking hold some hands and have some good times. All right. Now that we have sipped the beverage, pinkies out, we need to get the jank going. Y'all are familiar. You guys are familiar. Listen, we're familiar with what's going on here. I feel like that's good. We're not showing off cards. We're actually just showing off boxes today. We might be showing off some cards too. I don't know. But I feel like that's a good angle. Or let me check TikTok. Let me see if TikTok's a good angle. That's a good angle for TikTok. That's an extremely good angle for YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms because, like, I'm not gonna say nothing, but like, there's a little bit of curvature right here. Shh. Don't be looking. Don't be looking. A little bit of curvature on the belly, but don't be looking too hard, okay? All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. It's gonna be rapid fire at first. There are a few decks in here that I know for a fact that I want nothing to do with for a very long time, right? For a very long time. So we're gonna just start pulling decks out. Every box that I pull out of here, chats, is a commander deck. Now, we're not gonna get into like the details of them, like, oh hey, they're all pretty much precons. I will say that. A lot of my decks are precons. Only one of them, maybe two of them, maybe three of them are actually like, you know, got some stank on them. Okay? So you see all this? You see these boxes just piling up? You see these boxes? It's crazy. And that's not it. That's not all. Look at this. Look at this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that shit. Shame. For shame. Don't judge me, by the way. I am being very vulnerable with you beautiful motherfuckers right now. Okay? I think that's it. Let me check the folds. Yes, that's it. Okay, we're not getting into the other shame that is sleeves and fucking shit like that. We're not getting into that right now. All right, so this is my shame. All of these commander decks have been untouched, unloved, unplayed for years and years and years. Some of these decks I haven't even played. That's the real shame. That's the real shame right there. Some of these decks I have not even touched and or played. So we're gonna do like rapid fire. So right here, I can already tell you, this deck right here is just a straight pre-con Mizzix. I won't be playing Mizzix. I won't be playing Mizzix. If I ever host like a party and people want to come over and they want to learn Commander, Mizzix might come out. But Mizzix is going to be the first deck into our little box of shame. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Munsty, that box is not going to hold all your shame. You're goddamn right. My shame fits in no box. 0 boxes can hold my shame. So Mizzix is out. I don't really know. Oh, this isn't even a deck. Okay, this is just shame. Yeah, okay. So this isn't even a deck box. I mean, this is a commander deck box, but there's no commander deck in here. It's just straight shame. And you know what we're gonna do with this shame right here? You know what we're gonna do with this shame? We're gonna take this shame and put it with the other half of the shame to deal with another day. We're on a mission. We're on a mission, which actually this works out somewhat decently because now I can take the commander deck that's in here and I can put it in here and I can have a better thing for it. So this is just an empty commander box. No shame there. Now, speaking of nerd shit, listen, I'm a well-rounded nerd. Not only do I love like just nerd hobby. Oh shit, man, I gotta hide my belly. I don't want to be showing that shit. Not yet, at least. I've been putting in the work, but I don't want to show it yet. What y'all know about Star Wars Destiny? Now, you might be familiar with the new rendition of Star Wars, which I think it's called like Star Wars. Excuse me, Star Wars Galaxies. I don't know what the card game is called now. I think it's called like Star Wars Galaxies or Star Wars something, whatever that may be. This Star Wars Destinies was a game that came out maybe, I want to say it came out maybe 8 years ago now. I don't even know. Let me see if it's got like a date on it. No, the box does not have a date on it. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So Star Wars Destinies was a card and dice game. It was pretty okay, but I wanted to more speak on the side of like, I'm a fucking nerd. Like I have played a lot of games in my young adult life. A lot of games. I've seen a lot of card games come and go. Star Wars Destiny was one of them. Another one that I could think about right off the hand was the Final Fantasy card game. That shit came and went. One more, just off the top of my dome, a good IP. For all my nerdy folk out there, y'all ever heard of the Transformers card game? I'll wait for anybody in chat to tell me they've heard of the Transformers card game. And if you ain't heard of it, I'm here to tell you that shit was a legitimate thing. Transformers had a card game. It had a card game. Go ahead and Google it. I'm gonna give you all some time to let that marinate, because I know that sounds outlandish. You're like, damn. Transformers, the card game. I've never heard of that shit in my life. Google it. I'm gonna let y'all Google it. But yeah, Star Wars Destiny was one of the many card games that I've seen come and go. Again, Final Fantasy, Transformers. What else off the top of my dome can I think about was a game that came and went? And might I say this, Final Fantasy, again, Google it. There was a fucking Final Fantasy. We might actually look into these forgotten nerdy card games a little bit at the end of the stream. But I wish I still had my cards. I wish I still had my cards. That would have been a really cool fucking video and or stream for nerdy content, is just showing off old card games that I got invested in that just died off. Fuck, man. All right. Anyway, so you know what? Before I get all, I'm already frazzled. I'm already a chaotic individual, so I'm not trying to like, be more. Why don't we start with the recent commander deck purchase that I've made? So I've been out of the game for a very long time. I've not followed any sets. I've not followed like anything. I've not done any drafting. In the future, I do want to take my hobby and grow with it. But my boy Chris, shout out Chris, beautiful man. He went to, I don't know if he purchased this deck when he went to his Friday Night Magic or whatever, but he purchased one of the two Edge of Eternity commander decks. He got the blue, I think blue, red, white deck. And then I was just like, he played me with it a couple times and he beat the fucking brakes off of me every time against my Marin deck. Might I add, he beat the fucking brakes off me against my Marin deck. It was crazy. It was crazy to think about. Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. So TikTok's fun, but the deck was just super fast, and my Marin, I'm not gonna go into the pros and cons of my Marin, but I seen the deck. I really liked how it played, and I really liked the explosiveness of it. So I was like, you know what? If my homie's gonna get that one deck, why don't I do some research? So I did some research, and I found the counterpart. Right? So I got the other half of the deck, and this is the Hearth Hell, the World Seed. So right off the bat, it was in my colors. All combinations. It's black, red, and green. But those are my fucking colors. Mono black, mono red, mono green. Gruul, which is red, green. Fucking Rakdos, which is red, black. And then you got fucking, fuck, what's the color combination for black and green? I know there's a signet for it. Damn, I forgot what it is. But anyway, this card right here, every color, I love every color. I love the color identities together. I love them separate. I love them combined, whatever it is. I was like, why don't I get this deck? And I didn't even really look at the cards. I just looked at the art and I was like, this is fucking cool. I like the concept of it. I like what this commander is about. And my boy's got the other half of it. So why don't I fucking do it? Fast forward, I got the deck. I didn't even open it until last night. Last night, I told this motherfucker when I got it delivered, I was like, hey man, I got a surprise for you. But I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him what the surprise is. But he texted me. He was like, yo, I'm in danger. A little bit of foreshadowing in my tale. He was in danger. He was in danger. But got it. I bought some sleeves from my local game store. And let me just say this. It felt really good to sit down at that local game store and play. I want to do more of it. I will be going there more. I will be looking for Commander games, and I will be trying to... I'm going to talk to the owner and see if maybe I can bring some sort of like local game store content to this channel and the content that I create. So like, you know, record us playing Commander games or something. I'm gonna talk to the owner and see if like that is something that is allowed. And I also want to talk to the owner and be like, hey, you know, I would never want to record a draft. A draft, if you're unfamiliar, I think it's 8 players. You get 3 packs. You open the pack, you pick one card, pass it to the left. Boom, boom, boom. Second pack, packs to the right, and then just rinse and repeat until all the cards are chosen. I would never want to record that, but I do want to record me building my draft deck. I think that would be an interesting sort of content to put out there. So that's sort of like something I want to record, and that would be strictly on YouTube. That would be a video that I would upload on YouTube. Speaking of which, doing a little bit of self-promotion because I really am trying to grow the YouTube channel. If you're on Kick or Twitch, and if you're on TikTok, go to YouTube. Look up MunstaaSQUAD. I'm live there, no ads. Subscribe if you like the content, you like the energy. Much appreciated. Bada bing, bada boom. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. This deck was really fucking fun to play. And I come from a time when precons were... They were... How do I say this without sounding weird? The precons that I remember, there were either the commander was super strong or there was like 1 or 2 cards in the deck that were super strong. They weren't very, you know, and this is like, I'm talking about when I started playing commander. Like, I'm not talking about, you know, when you got into like, you know, when you got into like the 3 colors and the 4 colors, I feel like, you know, they were pretty good. Like the Edgar 4-color deck, the Atraxa, those decks were pretty fucking good out of the box. And I feel like that's when, you know, sort of synergy started to be caked into a pre-build. But I can say this, after seeing what my boy Chris's deck did and playing this deck, by far, out of the box, no tune-ups, no gas, nothing added. Just some gamer grease to some fresh sleeves. This deck was extremely fun to play, and it worked extremely fucking well. It just felt good. I didn't feel trapped. I didn't feel like, oh, I had to look for this one synergy to actually play the game. No. From start to finish, from first hand to the end of the game, it was super fun to play. It was super fun to play. The deck was very solid. I had a good time, you know, figuring out the synergies and figuring out the sub synergies of the deck. It was super fun, super fucking fun. And first game, I wiped that man. I wiped the floor with him to the point where he was just like, what the fuck, man? I don't know what to do. And then game 2, and this is a good, you know, overall, just goodwill as a Magic player. Do not toy with your food. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Do not toy with your food. So game 2, I did not swing at this man with my commander at all. I did some damage. I got him down to like 7 life. This is a play-by-play. This is like, it's still fresh in my mind. Play-by-play, right? I got him down to 7 life. He hit a card. The card was just like, okay, all of my artifacts become 4/4 artifact creatures with flying. I was like, fuck. But I'm thinking I'm big dick on campus because I got 37 life. He's not gonna swing at for me. for 37 in one flight, right? I was like, nah. Listen, I'll be fine. He'll get me down to like 2. Next turn, it's over. It's over. That's where the mistake was made. That's where the mistake was made. I was trying to kill my boy, and this is greedy of me. This is selfish of me. I should have just clean. I should just clean. You know, I should have just went in there for the swing and ended it. I should have never played with my food. So in this card, it has if you're familiar with Kaladesh, Kaladesh had a mechanic called crew. So you use the power of a creature to go into a vehicle artifact to crew it and make it a creature. This sort of has that same effect, but it's called station, and the counters stay there. So when I get 8 counters on this card, it becomes an artifact creature, becomes a station essentially, and it gains the ability whenever I sacrifice a land, each opponent loses 2 life. Okay, so let me look for the cards that I was stating there. Now, close your eyes, keeping your mind's eye. Okay, keeping your mind's eye. He was at 7 life. He was at 7 life. I'm gonna show you my board state. I'm gonna show you what I had. This was one of them. I had that on the field. All right, hold on. I gotta look. So I had that card on the field, or I had that card in my graveyard, but I had other cards on the field that helped me procure what I was trying to do. All right, hold on. Let me find the cards. So that was in my graveyard. I had where is it? Nope, that is not it. I had that on the field, and I had this on the field. These were the main things, right? These were the main pieces. So I had this card on the field. Beautiful art, by the way. But what this card states is it is a 2/5 and it's flying. But the key word there is I may play lands from my graveyard. You know, just now, listen. Now combine that with this ability that is anytime I sacrifice a land, each opponent loses 2 life. But it's also got a pay 1, tap it, sacrifice a land, draw 2 cards. You may play an additional land this turn. Boom. Fucking sealed, signed, delivered. 7 life. I was like, listen, I could ping this motherfucker for 4 life easily each turn. Easy. So I'm doing my shenanigans. Boom, sacrifice a land. Okay, bum. But I also had this on the field. So this card was a little bit extra, but it said lands you control enter untapped. Fuck yeah, we like that. So we're doing our thing. We're sacrificing lands. Bada bing, bada boom. So I was playing this land, and what this land states is when this land enters it, sacrifice it right away. When you do, search your library for a basic island, swamp, or mountain card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle, and you gain 1 life. So listen, you know what I'm doing? So you know me, I'm chilling. I'm big chilling, right? I'm fucking like, I'm gonna tap 1. I'm gonna pay 1. I'm gonna tap it. I'm gonna sacrifice a land. I'm gonna for my second land this turn, I'm gonna fucking play this one. Oop, it's sacrificed again. Long story short, I'm pinging this motherfucker for at least 4 every turn. So again, we paint the picture, right? He's at 7 life. I have not touched this motherfucker. Well, how you doing, mama? Appreciate the likes. How you doing? 7 life. Between my sacrifice land shenanigans and playing lands from my graveyard, I could easily ping this motherfucker for 4. So I was like, all right, he's on a 2-turn clock. That's without me swinging. I wasn't swinging no creatures. I got him low. I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit him with the sauce. I'm gonna put that shit on the table. I'm gonna put that shit on the table. It's my first time back in the game store. I'm with a handsome man. I want to impress. I want to fucking impress. So I did that. And imagine the shock on my face. I'm gonna show you on my face right now. This was me, right? I'm looking at him. I'm looking in his eyes. We're doing a little bit of a recap right now. I'm looking in his eyes. I'm like, listen, I got you dead. I told him straight up. I was like, listen, I'm going to kill you this way. I was like, I'm going to kill you by sacrificing lands, and I'm going to kill you that way. I wasn't hiding it. I'm not a fucking secretive man. I was not hiding it. I told him, I was like, listen, I'm going to kill you by my commander, and I'm going to fucking kill you by sacrificing lands and making you lose life. Already established. So we did that. I passed the turn. I was like, oh shit, it's gravy, right? Even if he swings at me, all his flyers, I got 37 fucking life. I'm big fucking chilling. There's no way he can fucking swoop in and take me out. Overconfidence. Don't do that. Any aspect of your life, don't get overconfident with it. Hey, listen, enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your dinner. Appreciate you sending them likes and scrolling in. Overconfidence, don't do it. So, get to his turn. He's playing his hand. He top decks the card, and he plays it. And at this point, he's ecstatic, right? He doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. So he plays the card. He's counting up the damage. He's fucking counting up his mana, playing the card, and then he plays the card. So essentially, what the card did is it was a 4/4 flyer, but he had other bullshit artifacts that said, okay, when an artifact creature enters the battlefield, it has haste, all that kind of stuff. It's an artifact deck. It was a fucking infinity deck. You know what I mean? Drops the card. All of his artifacts become 4/4 flyers. And then he fucking swings in. This motherfucker hit me for 39 damage in the air. And I could have survived because I had 2 flyers. I could have blocked 2. But no. I had to be the fucking humongous big belly man, and I had to try to win the one way. So, long story short, I lost the game. I lost game 2 because I was overconfident and fucking, you know. I tried to do some shit. And it didn't quite work out. What up, Brian? How you doing, baby? Party is arrived. Just in time. We're talking about shame. So the moral of this nerdy power hour with Munsty, whatever it may be, and the hand-holding hooligans, which is all you beautiful motherfuckers, is shame. I am cleaning out some of my commander decks that I have not played in years, and some of these commander decks I haven't played at all. So like that's the real shame. Is so as I'm getting back into the hobby, we are downsizing, right? We are downsizing my collection. We are downsizing. I want to have a small rotation of commanders that I like to play, and this is one of them. So Ryan, I must show you. I got one of the Edge of Eternity's commander things. I will glaze over the details. But my boy Chris, he got one of them, played it against me. It was fucking a fire deck. Straight out of the box, it played well, very strong. He had a tremendous showing against my Marin deck. And if you are a long-time viewer and have heard me speak about Magic or have seen me play Magic, you understand that Marin is my baby. Marin is my baby. So the fact that this deck pre-con beat Marin, it had me in my feels. I'm not gonna lie to you. It had me in an emotional state of mind. I was like, fuck it. The deck is fire. His colors were, it was blue, red, white, and then I got the other deck, which was black, red, green. So he got, I don't know what the fuck his is called, but mine is called Earthhold the World Seed. Played it last night. Fire. I had so much fun. I had so much fucking fun. So much fun. So much fun playing that. So this deck is most assuredly in the rotation. Yeah, this deck is in the rotation. We love this. Had a lot of fun playing this deck. It's in the rotation. We keep it. And now that I have a command, now we go over here and we grab this box. We grab this box that was also filled with shame, but again, we are only looking at half shame today. We're not looking at the full shame. The other half of shame that is my box of nerdy things is just my over. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. My over. I have so many sleeves. I have so many sleeves. Also, look at my cute little spin down. I have 2 of these. These are from the Commander Anthology set. So this does not go in our box of shame. You should check out Hibernation's End for Marin. Maybe the thing about Marin is I've had her so long the way that she is, and the way that she plays is I just love her so much. Like I know that I could do so much more with her, and I can do so much, have so much more oomph with her, but just the way she plays, man, I don't know. It just feels so good. It feels so good, and to change it, it would be criminal. It would be criminal. But we do have some commander decks that we are going to work on. One of them is Saskia. I've talked about this before, but Saskia the Unyielding, I definitely do want to work on, and maybe we'll find some more commander decks in our shame pile that we want to work on. You've already got, yeah, that's fair. All right, so this deck, I don't even really know what this deck is. Oh, I do. It's Minioplasm. Okay. Okay. Now, I think I've played Minioplasm twice since I've got it. As the Minioplasm enters the battlefield, you may exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard. If you do, it enters the battlefield as a copy of one of those cards with a number of additional 1/1 counters on it equal to the power of the other card. Interesting. Let me see. Let's do a little bit of a thumb through of Minioplasm here and see if we want to keep this in rotation. Now, I have an odd habit of like getting decks and like putting in like 1 or 2 cards. So this might not be. Torrential Gearhulk is definitely not in the fucking card. Patient Rebuilding. What's the top? That is definitely not in the precon. What the hell? I might have to just keep this in rotation just to play it and see what the fuck I was trying to cook up with this. Vivian Zealot. Okay. Huh. And I have this habit of like, so Commander is 100 card decks, 99 plus your Commander. I have a horrible habit of like decks being at like 97, 98 cards just because I take a card out and I put it in another deck and I don't really like fill in the gap. Oh shit. This should be in Marin. What am I doing? This needs to go in Marin. Actually, I think I have this in Marin. Maybe we'll have to do a little bit of a drive-by on Marin, because if not, this definitely Voldarian Pariah definitely needs to be going in Marin if it's not already in there. So let's see what we got. Fraying Sanity. Enchant player, at the beginning of each end step, enchanted player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of cards put into the graveyard from anywhere this turn. Why do I feel like that was like a standard deck that I was trying to get the fuck into? Minioplasm works well with heavy mill and works great with copies. Copy the commander and just battlefield. Yeah, and that's the kind of feeling I've got. I'm just kind of like, you know, thumbing through here and seeing what the fuck. Why do I have Mystic Conflux in this bitch? What the fuck? At one point, that was a pretty fucking expensive card. Okay. Mystic Teachings? Search your library for an instant card or A card with flash. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your life. What the fuck was I doing? What was I doing with Mimeoplasm? Like, why are these cards just randomly in here? Tezanot Primal Death. A 6/6 with Death Touch. And the card, put a prey counter. What the fuck, man? Confirm Suspicions. Fleet Swallower. You know what? I like the sauce. I like the sauce. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even know what I was doing with Mimeoplasm, but the cards that I've seen so far, I like the sauce. So we're Nexus of Fate. Oh shit. Okay. Traumatize. Target player puts the top half of his or her library rounded down into his or her graveyard. Nuts. Barnes Temporal Sundering. Okay, Mimeoplasm, you're in the rotation. You're in the fucking rotation, Mimeoplasm. I want to see what you're cooking. Yeah. Well, I also have so I was like, I'm right there with you, Ryan. So like I was this. So let me give the example. This was fucking Munsty maybe 7 years ago. Okay. So like I was with you in the whole mill department because I added Traumatize into this bitch, and Traumatize states target player puts the top half of his or her library rounded down into his or her graveyard. So like I was kind of with the mill stuff. So we're gonna keep Mimeoplasm in rotation. That's all I got to say about it. Mimeoplasm gets to stay in the rotation and gets to fucking exist in my going forward rotation of commanders. I want to see what Mimeoplasm's about. I really do. I don't remember much about it, but just thumbing through the cards, I really like it. So right now, we have 2 commander decks in the motherfucking rotation for future games. Okay, here's another oddity. I don't remember anything about this. Astrid the Masked. Right off the back, I have a fucking Ristic Study on top. So I don't know what the fuck sauce we were doing with this, but obviously it's played. Obviously I played this deck. All right, so Astrid the Masked. It is a legendary. Its colors are green, white, and blue. Its +2 is untap enchanted permanent you control. Its -1 is create a white aura enchantment token named Mask. Attach it to another target permanent. The token has enchanted permanent and totem aura. Okay. -7 is put the top 7 cards of your library into your graveyard. Return all non-aura enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then do the same for aura cards. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at Astrid. I mean, right off the bat, we have a motherfucking Ristic Study. So obviously, I was in some sort of, you know, some sort of mindset. All right, let's see. What do we got? Bang, bang, bang. Got some random extra sleeves. We got some tokens. 2 extra sleeves. And then we got the big commander card. We got the big motherfucking commander card. I love these commander cards. Big commander cards. They're so fucking fun. They really are. But anyway, let's see what we're cooking here. Maybe Astrid will stay in the rotation. I don't know. Let's see. Besides the Ristic Study, I don't really know what the fuck else we got cooking in here. So let's see. I'm really just looking for like cards that I added. If it's a precon, it's whatever, but I'm just looking at kind of cards that I added over time. So we're gonna see. I'm not seeing any sort of, and I'm just looking at the symbols. So in the corner right here, that is the symbol for this Commander Precon. So I'm just kind of looking at the symbols really quick, not really doing much beyond that. Okay. I mean, so far, it just seems I've only added the Ristic Study, and if that's the case, we're just going to take the Ristic Study out and put it in my binder, because I can probably find a home for that. Oh, I mean, it's an interesting deck. It seems interesting. If that's literally the only card, yeah, okay. So the Ristic Study is the only card that I added into this deck. So we're gonna put this in the shame box. We're gonna put Estrid the Mask into the shame box. I'm sorry, everybody, but we are gonna keep the Ristic Study out of the deck. Sorry, I'm sorry. If you are a fan of Estrid, please, if you are a fan of Estrid and you think that I should not put Estrid the Mask into our little shame box, I am more than happy to hear, you know, sides of the coin. I am more than happy to hear them. Put those over here. Okay, so what is this? Who is this? Oh, Atraxa, baby. Fucking Atraxa. Atraxa is staying in the rotation. And we might even put fucking Ristic Study in Atraxa. I don't know. I'm feeling, it depends on how I'm feeling. It depends on how I'm feeling. Now, Atraxa is interesting. I need to count Atraxa. Atraxa is one of those decks that I've kind of like, I've built up, I played a little bit, I've taken some cards out of, I've added some cards in other places. So we need to count Atraxa before we 100%. Oh yeah, Tameo Field Researcher. So that's, you know, Enshrouding Mist, prevent all damage that would be done. Okay. Interesting. So there's like a very little bit of yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't see, the thing about it is like I don't even know why I put Ristic Study in fucking in Estrid anyway. But then again, this is like fucking 8 years ago, Munsty, so who the fuck knows what that motherfucker was thinking? Because I don't even know what present day Munsty is thinking. Oh, Soul of... Oh, I think I just... Soul of Theros. Okay, so there's some interesting cards. I mean, there's some things that I've added here and there. Nothing, but that's alarming. Seeing that I have this many colored sleeves is kind of alarming. So we're going to definitely have to count the deck. All right, listen, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to be right back, everybody. I will BRB. I will BRB.
Whoa.
What the hell is that?
Why is your face like that?
Have you ever played Sea of Thieves?
Oh my god!
Have you ever played Sea of Thieves with me, Rufus?
No!
Yeah.
Why is he killing stuff?
He's having a bad day.
Oh!
The right room?
Oh, man. doors. He's here, he's here, he's here.
Okay. This is the wrong door.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. He's running at you. You're running at me. Run away. Wait, why are you running at me?
Shit, I didn't see you. I got it.
Okay, whatever. We're fighting him. We're fighting him.
Yes, we're fighting him.
Turn around.
Use a tree. Oh, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Use a tree.
I shouldn't use a shotgun here. This is my warhammer. Oh shit, I missed.
Oh, we did it.
We did it!
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
What?
He's
What
up.
the?
Oh god.
Why is he in a tree? We just stunned him, I guess.
All right, now he's dead.
Oh, we didn't see experience. We didn't experience. He's not down yet. No experience. He's not down. Why is he flying back up?
Ah!
Keep shooting until you see no experience.
Oh god, dude.
I still don't see no experience. He's knocked down again, though.
Oh, run away, Rufus. Run away. I'll respawn.
Nah.
You read an invitation in her eyes.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, 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 hey. They call me the fucking Loots, baby. Look at this. Look at this. We out here fucking slipping some tongue, baby. Clip it and ship it. Whoo. Bum, bum.
That didn't hurt, did it?
Hell no, it didn't hurt.
Good to know. For the future,
I'm excited now, baby.
let's head back. If we must.
First base, complete with Shadowheart. We fucking kissed. Fuck boys, we out! Wait. 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 Ah! Everything's going wrong! Nope, everything's fine. Woo! Everything's fine. We run. We run. We run. We run. We run. We run.
My teammate not nice. He's not nice.
He's not nice. Well, you better listen. And maybe he'll be nice to this song. You ready? You know Breaking Benjamin? Do you know Breaking Benjamin?
I'll smoke your teammate if he's not.
Listen, Bean, we're cool with you. We're cool with you. Do you know Breaking Benjamin, Bean?
Oh yeah, dude, fucking love that shit.
All right, listen, we're gonna sing you a little bit of Diary of Jane. You ready? You want to sing along?
Oh yeah.
Hey, let's go. Ready, baby? Go ahead, hit me off, baby. Come on, show me the shops. And I try to find my place in the Diary of Jane. For tell me.
You fucked up with that beetle, bro.
Oh, bro, listen, for real. Come on now. Bean, I'm hoping that wasn't you.
No, I got a label.
Okay, cool, cool.
Don't listen to him.
Listen, respectfully. You gonna be good, man? We can have a song right now.
Whoa.
What the hell was that?
What the Why is your face like that?
Have you ever played Sea of Thieves?
Oh my god! Ah!
Have you ever
Oh,
played Sea
no.
of Thieves with me, Rufus?
No!
Yeah.
Why
I
is he
got
killing
money.
stuff?
He's having a bad day.
Oh!
Found the right room.
Oh, man. Ah! Ah! He's here, he's here, he's here.
I got the doors.
He's here, he's here, he's here.
Okay. This is the wrong door.
Oh shit. Today, I just want to say I'm proud of you guys. I appreciate you existing. Make sure you stay hydrated and let's try our best. And we are back. We are back. All right. So Atraxa stays on the docket. We're gonna count how many cards are in Atraxa. I'm sure there's something funky I can do with Atraxa. I have some ideas. Really, honestly, what I really wanted to do with Atraxa was fucking snooze the ads. Like I said, you're on other platforms and you want to see my content and other content that I make, please go check out the YouTube. I'm trying to grow it at MunstaaSQUAD on YouTube. Appreciate you. So 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 9, 40, 5, 46, 59, 50, 51. What do you mean I am? So 51. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. 9, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. Holy fuck. Atraxa is missing quite a few cards. So Atraxa might be a work in progress. Atraxa is a work in progress, but we will put Ristic Study in Atraxa. So we'll be up to 82 cards for Atraxa. You know what? I'm kind of excited because that could be like a game store work. Like I sit down and I look at some cards and I see what I got. So Atraxa stays in. Ladies and gentlemen, Atraxa stays in to the rotations of decks. Boom. Atraxa in. Atraxa's in. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. I think this is hold on. Hold on, let me. Oh no. Oh no, we're all over the place, TikTok. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, TikTok. Is that better? Yes. Okay, that is better. That is a better angle currently, I think. Okay. I know what this deck is. This is just straight up Freyalise. She is listen, out of the box, I know that elves are very strong, but Freyalise out of the box, one of my favorite decks to just give somebody that has never played Magic before and be like, hey, this is just elves. It's pretty straightforward, but for my sake and where I am right now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this is controversial, ladies and gentlemen, on any platform. Freyalise is gonna go into the shame box. Freyalise is into the shame box. Into the shame box, Freyalise goes. Okay, what is this deck? Ah, I know what this deck is. I know exactly what this deck is. I know exactly what this deck is. This is my Saskia deck. Okay? This is my Saskia deck. I am... Fuck, man. I'm sad. I'm sad. And can you believe it? Like, I have... Dude, Saskia is... I need to get Saskia. I need... Saskia's staying. Saskia is staying. Saskia is staying. There's just too much good shit in here. Saskia's staying. Let's count Saskia real quick. Because I don't have the commander. I did at one point have the commander card, but I do not have it anymore. So what I did was I printed out this very shitty fucking proxy, but it works for just casual commander. So there's my commander for right now until I can get a physical Saskia card. So we're going to count. We are going to count motherfucking Chain of Demento. Why the fuck is that in the box? I feel like I did something with that. I don't know. All right, so let's count the cards, because if Saskia is 99 cards, I'm going to be playing Saskia next time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 52, 53, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 61, 62, 66. So far, so good. 66, man. 66. 7, 68, 69, 70, 71. 7, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. We have 98 cards. Hold on. Hold on a second. 98 cards. We need one more card. You know what? We're just going to put this one back in there. We're going to put Dark Steel Axe back into the deck. But now I have to find a sleeve. Now I have to find a sleeve. So we're not looking at this part of the shame, but I know I have just fucking... I know I have white sleeves in here somewhere. I know I do. I know I do. Here. I just need one. I just need one. Are they the same? Yeah, I guess. It'll do. It'll do. It'll do. It's playable. It's legal. It's legal, baby. 99 cards. 99 cards. It's legal. It's a legal deck. It's a legal deck. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Saskia is back on the table, ladies and gentlemen. Back on the table. I'm so excited. Ba-da-da-da, and I just can't hide it. Da-da-da-da-da. Makes brewing 1,000% easier, and you can play digitally on spell table. Hell, I'll look into that. I'll look into that. So Saskia was like, I've already had her built. I lost the commander. I lost the commander, right? I used to have her. I used to have like a hard copy of her because I bought the deck, right? Like, listen, I bought the deck, but I don't know where she's at. But Saskia is ready to go. 100 cards, ready to motherfucking go. I'm excited. I'm excited. So the idea of Saskia is just beatdown, right? Like, in a lot of the decks that I'm speaking about, like, I need to play them because it's been so long since I've played them and since I've actually put my fingers on them and I've put my gamer grease on the cards and stuff like that. So I don't want to theorize or you know, deck build anything. I'm in the current mindset where I just want to play. You know what I mean? Like, I've been away from the hobby so long. I've not played, and recently I've been playing more frequently, and I've really enjoyed it. So I'm at that point where I want to play my decks, and then once I play them, then I can take a step back and I can be like, you know what? Maybe I can add this. Maybe I can add this. Maybe I can add this. Okay, so Saskia, 99, 100 cards, baby. 100 motherfucking cards. She's ready to go. Chris, next time we play, you're going to be playing my Saskia deck. Pinkies out, baby. Ah, delicious. Delicious. Okay. These two decks are already in. My Marin and my Kalia. We ain't got to talk about them. We ain't got to talk about them. Mary and Kalia, two bad bitches. They're my waifus. That's why they're in this deck. That's why they're in this motherfucking... they are in this deck box because they're married together. They're together, and then they're also married to me. So technically we got like a three-way going on. They see their own people. They do their own thing. I do my own thing. It's a very open and respectful avenue that we live. Very open and very respectful. So that's in. God, man, I only took out 3 decks. I only took out 3 decks. But that's a lot better than it was. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 commander decks. 6 commander decks that I will have in rotation that I want to play and see what we're gonna do with. If you are going to play something and have a rotation, viewers, oh, for sure, yeah. So like I was speaking about. So yesterday I went to my local game store, and shout out Chris. We played Commander. We sat down in the game store and we actually played, and it felt fantastic. It felt fantastic to be there, and I definitely want to speak with the owner and get the blessing and stuff like that, and see if maybe I can record some Commander content there, or record, like, you know, some other content. So that is most assuredly in the works. I will say this though, it will be a YouTube based content. So what we're probably gonna do is, like, I'll put like a poll in the community tabs of the YouTube channel. Again, shout out Ryan, you're already here, baby. You're a beautiful motherfucking man. But all the other platforms, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's free real estate, baby. If you could help a motherfucker out, a beautiful motherfucker like me, I would appreciate that. But it would be like a poll on the community thing, and like we might do like rotations, right? We might be like, okay, I won't give the dates or too much detail, but I'll say, hey, we're going to play Commander at this time. This is the rotation of commanders that I have on the docket. What do you want what commander do you want me to play in this video? If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me, but when I speak it out loud, it's kind of janky. But to be fair, I'm also a fucking janky individual, so anything that I say is gonna have that sort of spice to it. But you know, that's the idea, is like as I do more nerdy content and I sort of, like, you know, get back into the swing of things, I definitely want to do like, hey, okay, you guys chose this commander to be played today. We're gonna fucking play this commander. This is the commander we're gonna be playing. It did really fucking well. XYZ. And then like future, this is like way down the line. This is like way down the line. I definitely want to like build viewer decks, right? Like I want people to be able to come to my channel and be like, hey, this is a cool commander. Now granted, of course, the caveat of money and stuff like that, but I really enjoy building jank. And what do I mean by jank? Jank is like, I love my decks to cost. I have a famous saying. My Marin deck, if I play it and I sit down with somebody, they're like, holy shit, this is really strong. Marin's not expensive. In my eyes. I've never priced cards or anything like that, or anything, you know, so on and so forth. But Marin to me is worth half a chicken nugget. I love building jank. And I have so much jank in my binder. I would love to build just fuck you energy decks with my viewers, with the community, right? With the hand-holding hooligans. I want the hand-holding hooligans to build a commander deck with me. We buy all the pieces, we put it together, and then we slang that shit on a table. That's like another tier to the ideas that I want to, and stuff like that. And it's just, and you know what? I am somebody that, like, when it comes to making content, I am not very good at, like, presenting it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not very good at, like, you know, promoting it or anything like that. I would never, I'm not in, the content that I make, enjoy it for free. I am not in any sort of, you know, position where I feel like the content I make, I can actively, you know, be like, hey, you can support me on Patreon, so on, so on, so on. I'm not there yet. Maybe in the future I will be there. If we ever get to like that magical YouTube number, maybe I can start, you know, implementing that. But for right now, my content is free. The shit that I do, the energy that I'm putting out there, it's free. You don't have to give me a dime. Please, I don't want no subscribe. And I know this sounds weird. I know it fucking sounds weird. Okay? me talking about it, you know, somebody that doesn't know me and hasn't ingested me before can hear me saying it and be like, oh yeah, he's just fishing. I'm not. Please, I'm not fishing. I don't want any subscriptions. Keep your money. Buy it. If you like my content and you're like, oh, I want to support this motherfucker, go to your local Walgreens, buy yourself an Arizona, treat yourself nice. That's all I ask right now. That's all I ask, right? And, you know, of course, the idea is like, hey, if you like my streams, they go to VODs on YouTube, send it to other people, you know, XYZ. That shit, like, that's up to you. If you want to do that, you can do that. But when it comes down to, like, you know, money, I do this shit for free. I love this shit. I love to be just a place for my energy to be out there, and if people enjoy it and they click to it and they want to come back and they want to start, you know, watching it, I fucking love that shit. So right now, the monetization of my content is none. No monetization. Free shit. Free real estate. That's why I'm pushing my YouTube channel. Fucking I stream on YouTube, no ads. It's free real estate, baby. Get in there. Get in there. And then, you know, as I you know, I get more comfortable and, you know, and my life starts to change. Like, you know, it's the same thing with the podcast. I do have a podcast, and, you know, it's kind of sporadic in the updating, but like there are ideas that I really want to start pushing towards. But the thing about life is that, you know, honestly, you got to take it day by day. Like you can have, and I'm speaking personally when I talk about this, like I can have ideas and I can have places that I want to be and things that I want to do. But at the end of the day, I have to survive the today before I can even start thinking about doing those other things. You know what I mean? So that's always like an interesting conversation I have in the back of my head, is just, you know, I don't want anybody to watch my stuff and feel like, you know, that they can't ingest it for free, right? Like that's it. Like ingest me for free. Take me into whatever mind's eye you want for free, baby. Am I still fucking feeling the sage of endless refills? Absolutely. Absolutely. Speaking of the sage of endless refills, I know you did add to this. Let's do a little bit of customization to that. All right, let's do a little bit of customization. Listen, TikTok, y'all have been beautiful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We're going to end it here, but we're going to continue streaming. Please, like I said, YouTube. Go to YouTube, MunstaaSQUAD on YouTube, and you can continue to watch the stream. But we're going to go talk. We're gonna start the downfall of the stream. But listen, y'all have been beautiful. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you in the next one. All right. Now that TikTok is done, let me we're back. We're back. We're back. All right. Now that we've ended TikTok and my jank stuff is done. What up, baby? How you doing, Pete? How you doing, Stan? What's up, handsome men? One of my favorite things is handsome men. I love men in general, but you know. So we're gonna start putting away our stuff. You know what? I'm gonna say this. First of all, very successful shame unpacking of my nerd backpack. Much success. We have got it down to 2, 4, 6 commander decks that are currently in playable motherfucking condition and playable stuff. Very exciting. Very, very, very excited about that. Let me just put these there. Which, again, that was only half of the shame. We're going to be I'll probably do it next Friday. Next Friday, we will go into the other side of the shame, which is like all of my sleeves and all of my other random shit that is in that bag. But for right now, chef's kiss, beautiful unpacking, decluttering is pretty much what I fucking is probably the best way to put it. A good decluttering. So right now, I know it sounds so weird. I spoke so highly of decluttering and I'm putting this shit in the backpack again. Yeah, of course. That's where it goes. That's where it goes, baby. It goes in the backpack. But the backpack is way lighter now, so we take those. We take those. That backpack is so much fucking lighter. So much lighter. Hell yeah. All right, cool. Okay, now back to the fucking conversation of the custom commander deck card. I love it. I love the idea of it. I fucking love the idea of it. But I was thinking about it, right? I was nulling it over in my head. Doing good, man. Looking to eat dinner. Hey, get you some motherfucking dinner, baby. Get you some motherfucking food, handsome man. Oh, Peach, man, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Jim has been doing great. I'm hanging out with the motherfucking hand-holding hooligans. We're talking about nerd shit. I'm drinking in Arizona, having a good time. I mean, there's not much better I can ask for. Honestly, not much better I can ask for. So, Ryan, let's talk shop, baby. Come sit with me. Come hold my hand. Let's talk. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Love the card. Love the card. Let's bounce some ideas back and forth. Let's bounce some ideas back and forth. Let's look at the card again. Let me pull it up. It is right here. All right. So, the Sage of Endless Refills. 4-color, legendary creature, human wizard, baby, because I'm a motherfucking wizard, baby. Big chested, everything. You heard? I am a motherfucking hairy wizard. Put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. What up, Spectre? How you doing? How you doing? All right. When the Sage of Endless Refills enters the battlefield, for each time it was kicked, choose one. Draw a card. Create a tapped treasure token. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you kicked, end of turn. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm thinking. I like the idea of it, but I'm not a blue player. I'm not a blue player. I like the idea of blue, but I'm not a blue player. Okay? So what I was thinking is instead of it being 4-color, flip option in the multi-kicker, but it would flip and then creature including itself, draw 2 cards and create. I like that. See, this is what I'm saying. We're percolating some ideas. We're putting our fucking bellies on the table. We're having proper motherfucking discussions. This is gentleman shit. Okay? This is gentleman. And you know what? I'm not even gonna say it's gentleman. This is bad bitch activity. And let me just say this. Bad bitch is genderless. Genderless is bad bitch. So this is bad bitch activities. I fucking like that. I like that idea. And I really like the idea of like copying a creature. I like that shit. But what about this, right? What if the Sage of Endless Refills, I love that shit. But what if we mix in like a zombie type of thing where, okay, you kicked it this many times, you fucking, creates a token sweet tea or Arizona tea. You know what I'm saying? It's like a 1/1 artifact creature or something like that. You know what I mean? And then instead of it being a multi-kicker, what if it's like 2 and a black? And food tokens, yes. This is what the fuck I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. Food tokens, call Arizona teas, whatever it is. We'll make it food tokens, right? And then it's like, okay, you can pay 2 and a black and all of your food tokens get +1/+1 for how many food tokens were cracked this turn. What do you think? So it's sort of got like that tireless tracker. If you pop a clue, it gets a 1/1 counter. What do you think? I'm gonna put that idea out there, Ryan. I'm gonna let you null over. I'm gonna wait for your response. I'm okay, stressed but getting better. I have a camper now. It needs work. Listen, I know the last time you were in here, you talked about having a camper. I'm super fucking proud of you. I'm super fucking proud of you, and not only am I proud of you, but I'm very excited for the future you, right? Like it seems like you are now collecting the motherfucking infinity stones, and you are now putting them all on the gauntlet, and pretty soon you will have all of the pieces that going forward in your life were missing for you actually building your life. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Spectre? Like there were things that were missing, and like you were going up and then falling back, going back up and stuff like that. But now it seems like you really have a good foundation so that when you start to build, it will stay. Shit will stay, and you'll be able to actively, you know, take back your existence. I hope that fucking makes sense, right? I be saying some shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I be saying some shit, and like sometimes the shit that I say makes no sense. I would even say that like 72% of the time that I say, I'll be talking my shit. No disrespect, I'll be talking my shit, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. But like maybe like 23.5%, I'd be saying some. I say some shit. But here's the caveat to that. Whatever I say, I'm behind. Like I'm passionate about it. I'm not just saying it fucking whimsically and all willy-nilly and shit like that. If I say something, I stand behind that, 10 toes down, nipples to the goddamn sky, chest out. I say it with my chest. But regardless, I am super happy for you, Spectre. I really am. This is your Phoenix rising. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I always say this. This is your Phoenix rising, but it seems like, and I don't wish this on anybody, but I do like to be a very realistic person. I'm a very, you know, when it comes to my own mental health and just things in general, I always like to have that sort of edge of realism. This is your Phoenix rising, but knock on wood, I'm not hoping that it happens. But if it ever does, and something happens to your smoldering flame, you have a solid place to put your ashes so that you can rise again. Like you now have all of the pieces that rise and or fall. You have the pieces that you have a good foundation to start from if you do fall. And does that make sense? I don't want to continue speaking if that doesn't make sense. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But that sounds good. If you want some synergy in the commander, a fun one would be create regular food tokens and then flip side use them, and he gets big. Yes, yes. But here's the caveat. Okay, I like to think of myself as a cryptid, right? And I'm sort of in my era of like, you know, me going to the gym and working on myself and stuff like that. I'm sort of in my era of like, I want people to look at me and be like, God damn, that's my cryptid, right? Like I want to become somebody's Bigfoot. I want to become somebody's Mothman. Like I want to put out an energy that people are like, that's fucking munsty. He's the hand holding hooligan. That's my motherfucking cryptid, baby. That's my motherfucking cryptid. So what if we do on one side, right? We do the Sage of Endless Refills, because I'm all about that hydration, the hydrational himbo, right? And then on the flip side, we introduce the sort of the Lewd Lord package, which is like, you know, my little bit of spicier side. And that's where like, okay, this motherfucker's eating some food. He got a big belly, and you call him fucking, you know, something like that. Does that make sense? I have a home that can't. Fucking cheers to that. Boom. We'll fucking cheers to that, Spectre. Absolutely. Say that with your motherfucking chest, baby. Say that again. Say it louder. You have a home that can't be fucking taken away from you. Say that shit again. Be proud of that shit, because that's all you. That's all you. Ain't none of the motherfucker could take that away from you. And that is a very rare thing in life in general. And you got a little bit of a piece of it. We fucking take that shit. I think that is massive. That is such a good way to look at it too. You have something that nobody can take away from you. I'll fucking drink to that. I'll drink to that, motherfucker. Respectfully. I'll drink to that shit. And let me tell you something, Ryan. If this card, and I already know it's going to be great, I will legitimately, and I will make a motherfucking promise, hand-holding hooligans. If this card comes out, we will, together, this will be the first hand-holding hooligans commander deck. We will fucking make this. Now, pinkies out, asterisk, fucking everything included. We're talking money and shit like that. I will. Let's leave all that to the side. Let's stick to the foundation of it. This commander card that we are building, that we are putting together, this will be a hand-holding hooligans commander deck. And I will bring this to commander games and I will play it. I will play it. I will record it. I will fucking put it out there. And you know what, Ryan? We will build upon this. So we'll start with the commander, but we're gonna be building motherfuckers into it. So like we're gonna get Cog, aka you. We're gonna get fucking Bargy. We're gonna get the hand-holding hooligans as cards and put them in the deck. How dope would that fucking be? How dope would that fucking be? I feel like that would be really fucking dope. I feel like that would be a really fucking cool thing. And I feel like that's a really, you know, I think you guys are fucking fantastic. And you know what I mean? Like we're the community that we are, we're just a bunch of old people trying our best. I'm not out here fucking trying to be anything. I'm not trying to be your favorite content creator. The whole essence of just this and the hand-holding hooligans, this is just like, hey, listen, you rolled up on a beach, somebody's sitting at a bonfire, they're talking, you're like, yo, listen, let me just fold in, and it's just seamless. That's always going to be the energy that I want to put out there. I want to put out just, you feel welcome, you feel safe, you feel like you can enter the conversation, and you can leave the conversation, and then you can come back and you can enter the conversation again, and there's no, it's just seamless, right? So I think that would be such a fucking magical way to just cement all of the awesome people in the hand-holding hooligans, is to make them a card and bring them into the fucking a commander deck. I think that would be fucking awesome. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, you know, thinking maybe it's just me and my passion, and I do have a habit of just like, I get very passionate about things, especially when it's people that are showing such talent and such, you know, interest in something. I 100% just dive right in, and I just love supporting that. So maybe it's just me. So the flip side had thought of including a multi elemental for the flip side, right? Do you want to lean into control, group hug, or something else? So I don't know about the multi-kicker, right? What if we just did it so the front side is, okay, hey, Baba, when you do X, you get a food token, and then if you have 6 Arizona cans, which will be the food token, munsty flips. And on the back side it says, okay, when you hydrate with an Arizona, all the other Arizona cans get +1/+1 for each devoured Arizona that turn. I think that would be fucking sick. And then I would also like it to be sort of like a group hug thing, because, you know, the Himbo of Hydration, the Sage of Endless Refills, right? I would also like it to have a mechanic that says, at the beginning of my upkeep, I can choose a target enemy or another player, and they get to get a Arizona can. Okay, they get to get an Arizona can, but the caveat is if they get an Arizona can, I get to also create 2 Arizona cans. I feel like that's kind of like an interesting mechanic. I think that would be fucking cool. Yeah, food. Yes, food or creatures then. Yeah. So technically, when I say food, it would just be like an artifact creature. Is pretty much what I'm trying to say. But it would also have like the subtext food. So like think Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is making pies, and the pies are technically food, but also, you know what I'm saying? They're motherfucking people too. You heard what I'm saying? So that's sort of like the energy we want to put out there. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I can't fucking read. But then again, y'all understand that I can't read and write. So that's really not even a fucking thing. If they try, I can move it, and then I get to keep most of my. We like to keep in the kitties part. We like to keep in the kitties part. And I will just say this, Spectre. I don't know you. You've been coming around for a very long time. I've gotten to glimpse at your life and the ups and the downs that you've felt. You know. That you've honored me enough to share in chat. But, you know, and I'm only speaking personally. I do this myself. I try to invest too fast, too quick. So, and I'm not saying you're doing this. I'm not telling you how to live your life. It's really easy to try to do things too fast. And really, it's just let things happen as they will. Right? But that, you know what I mean? Like, I say that and it sounds like I'm trying. Every time I say something, it's like, oh yeah, it has like this tone where I'm trying to like tell somebody something, and I'm not. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just exercising concern that it's really easy to do too much too fast in XYZ. So just, you know, be careful. That's really what I'm trying to say, is just be careful. And you're a brilliant person. You have been through a lot, so you know yourself better than anybody else. So you are going to do whatever you need to do for yourself and your kitties and your family. Whatever pieces are in your life, you're going to do absolutely phenomenal for them. I will say that. But yeah, I'm excited. I think this would be dope. I'm gonna be, so I have not touched any AI stuff. But I really want to try. But enough about my card. Cog, let's talk about your card. What is your card looking like? Right? And if you're in chat, by all means, you can type it. You can, you know, pipe into this conversation too. But like, if you were a magic card, what would your card look like? That's really what I want to have a conversation about. Like, I appreciate the fuck out of, you know, working on the commander card that you know you presented and stuff like that. But let's really talk about like what your card looks like. Would you be a commander card? Would you be an instant card? Would you be a sorcery? Would you be an enchantment? What kind of card would you be, chat? Let's start with that. What kind of card would you be? Would you be a creature? Would you be a planeswalker? Would you be an instant? Would you be a sorcery? Would you be a land? Like, what do you think you would be? That's what I want to know. And that's what I want, you know, whenever I get to, you know, a certain plateau and I'm able to build this deck and introduce the hand-holding hooligans as cards, I want that to be also a conversation too. You don't necessarily have to be a creature. No. You can be whatever you want. You can be an instant spell that says, hey, I cost 1 mana, and all my card says is for 1 mana, you have to get up and give your opponent a hug. I would fuck with that. I would fuck with that hard. Because you never know when somebody needs a hug. You know what I mean? You might be a card that costs 4 mana that says, okay, make sure the table's hydrated. Whatever the fuck it may be. You might be a land that says, okay, when this land enters the battlefield, it's indestructible. Tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool that is your commander's identity, but an opponent gains a life. What, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna box you in, baby. Be creative with it. My commander card would probably be Simic, so you'd be green blue. shenanigans. Like, what kind of shenanigans are we talking about? Are we talking about, like, you know, token shenanigans? Are we talking about go wide shenanigans with tokens? Or are we talking about go tall with counters? Or are you just talking about, like, just general shenanigans where you draw a card and then everybody else at the table can draw a card, but they take 1 damage? Or, like, you know, every time somebody at the table draws a card, they got to pay 2 mana. A lot of shenanigans to that. Copy it. Oh, okay. Okay, so you would be a motherfucking stacks player. Now, I say that, and I don't mean like the traditional stacks player. I mean, you would, hey, I'm essentially gonna play your deck. It is probably what you're doing. Copy decks are hard to outscale since they use your exactly. So your shenanigans would be, I'm gonna play your deck. that's the name of the card. Your deck ? Our deck. Or just take one thing and have 8. That's true. Why not both? Why not both? Don't cut yourself short, baby. You can have both. You can make it so that, hey, if you've played if you've copied 8 other effects of your opponents, you get to fucking, you know, do whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've always thought that was like an interesting mechanic. There used to be a group hug deck. Fuck, man, what was the name of the commander? They were gay lovers. Now, I say that with the most respect. I love men. I don't remember the name of the card. Let me look for it real quick. I'm gonna do something very Magic the Gathering group hug commanders. And I bet you it's number 1. EDX Rec, that's exactly where I want to be. There it is. Kianos and Trio of Menthros. Good colors too, but that was like that was my first ever group hug deck that I was introduced to. So it is so that was I remember this commander. So it was Saskia, it was Brea, it was Atraxa, and it was this one. The 4 commander decks. I get it now. It is all coming back to me. But this commander is red, blue, white, and green. It is a 2/8, and it says, at the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Each player may put a land card from his or her hand onto the battlefield. Then each opponent who didn't draws a card. So, like, the effect of the card is kind of meh, but the colors open up a lot of good cards for group hug. Is really what it's at. And then they got like Miss Bumblesworth is also a really cool from EDH Rec is a cool commander group hug cog. Oh, one of my favorites, Pentagrift. Peltagrift. The fucking legendary hippo. I remember we used to talk about this shit at the game store always. And like at least one person would bring up this card, and then finally someone's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just build the commander deck. I have the card, I'm just gonna build it. So you're like, yeah, sure. Sure enough, the next time they motherfucking showed up, they had a group hug fucking hippo deck. It was funny as fuck. Other group hug decks. Interesting. What is this? Ragnos Deaf Gastronauts. Artifacts you control are foods in addition to their other types and have tap 2, sacrifice artifact you gain through life. 1 tap, sacrifice a crew, deals 3 damage to each opponent at the beginning of the end step. If you gain life this turn, oh my god. So you can make a rock lobster deck? What? I kind of like that. A rock lobster deck. That seems kind of sweet. Ooh, where is this card from? Oh, it's from Edge of Eternities? Is it just a card in the set, or is it like... Huh. What do you think of the abilities for the flip side? So on the flip side, I think it would be interesting to say, like, when this card flips, all of your Arizona cans get +1/+1 for each Arizona can drank that turn. So, okay, I have 6 Arizona cans. Each upkeep that player may create 2 focus. If they do, they... Oh! That's dope. Yes. Yes. At your upkeep, target players may create 2 food tokens. If they do, they can't attack you that turn. I like that. I like that because I'm all about hydration here. Drink. Seek nourishment. Drink, my darling, drink. But now that I have given you hydration and I have given you the nectar of Arizona, you will not bite the hand that feeds you. I like that shit. I like that shit. I like that. I like that. I want to get this fucking lobster card. Edge of Eternity. It's just a fucking... It's just a red... It's a red-white. It's a 2/2 for 2. I kind of want to fucking... Edge of Eternities is kind of sick. It's kind of a sick set. I might have to see if they got like I might have to see next week, and maybe I'll do a draft next week. So you set yourself up with a bunch of food to start, then refill your hand while boosting the power of the commander, and the other players are tempted to create exactly. Or mana. So I like the idea of draw, but maybe mana too, because that was also, I feel like the idea of mana would come in more crucial. So it's like, hey, I'm drinking. Come, my Charlie. Come, my children. Come hold hands with me. Please, take this artifact. You may crack it for 1 mana of any color in your commander's mana pool. But, if you do take this offering, you cannot target me. I am untargetable for that turn. For your turn. If you choose to accept my nectar, you cannot attack me and you cannot focus me. You cannot target me. The Sage of Endless Refills does not shun anybody away. I welcome everybody to have an Arizona of their own. Hence is the hand-holding hooligans' ways. Bring your own Kool-Aid packets, baby. I'll bring the bottled water, sealed. Bring your own Kool-Aid packets. So you may use my water to make your own Kool-Aid. But if you do, you cannot target me. I am untargetable. I am untargetable. I know that's a very strong mechanic and it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Just not attacking me is fine, but I just like the idea of like rolling with the narrative of fucking, you know. Hold on. What is this? Infinite Guidelines Station. It's a fucking 5-color commander, legendary artifact spacecraft. Enters the battlefield, create a tapped 2/2 colorless robot card artifact creature token for each multicolored permanent you control. It has a station of 12. It has flying, and whenever it attacks, draw a card for each multicolored permanent you control. That's pretty good. For a 5-color commander deck, that's actually not bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're more potent commander things. I like this set. I'm gonna see if I can draft it. I'm gonna see if next Friday, my local game store has some Edge of Eternities to draft, because I think I want to get down on this. Just looking at the cards, it seems pretty fucking cool. It seems just a pretty all right. Like, it seems cool. It seems like a pretty fun set. Yeah, I'll put together the next draft with these details. Which colors do you want? I would love to be a green, red, and black. I would love to be a good old-fashioned green, red, and black. That's like my ideal colors. That's like my ideal colors. What kind of picture do you want? Fuck, man. Okay. I know what picture I want on the flip side. I'm going to put it in the Discord right now. I know what picture I want on the flip side. Give me a second. I have so many folders and so much fucking things. No, that is not where I want. Oh, no, this is what I want right here. So, okay, that's... Where is it? I'll find it. I'm gonna find it. Where is it, though? Excuse me. Here. So this would be... This would be the flip side, and I kind of like the image of the fucking pinkies out on the one side, too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do I have a fucking picture? You know what? Let's fucking do it. I'll have to take it. No, this is the picture. This is the picture. That would be the picture right there. That is the picture that I want on the flip side. An engaged munsty. A fucking, an enraged munsty. And the picture that you got for the first one, that's fucking pinkies out. Spectacular. I think that's fucking hilarious. I think that is fucking perfect for what's going on. I think it's absolutely perfect. It's so good. It's so good. It's got my hair. It's got everything, man. It's got everything, dude. I love it. Yeah, it's got the hair. It's got the beard. It's perfect. It's fucking perfect. You recently got access to Chat GPT work for, I'm sorry, professional Chat GPT for work and permission to use it for personal. I can use that one, other one. Perfect, dude. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Your work's gonna be like, hey, man. What is this? What the fuck you doing? Why are you making magic cards of some, you know, handsome motherfucking men? I guess that's like better than most things that might happen using some sort of work software. I think that's like the lesser of the evils of getting caught by your work. If anything, it shows you're mad creative. Put that shit on your resume. Put that shit on your resume. When you talk to your boss, you can be like, hey man, you know, listen, you seen the fucking shit that I made. You seen the cards that I made. You seen the spice that I'm putting on. What about that raise? I'll make you a powerful card. I'll make you fucking godly. You know, it's a bargaining chip. There's I've been they're seeing some odd things already. Been using it for solo D&D with an AI GM, and it's better for sure. Oh sweet. Like I said, if you have something for work and you have permission to use it for like personal use, like I think that is like way the lesser evil of just like pursuing your nerdy hobbies and being creative with it than anything else, right? Like I think that is absolutely hands down. I'd rather be fucking putting out that energy than fucking, you know, the boss pinging me on Teams and being like, hey man, what the fuck is this, man? I mean, we're cool and all, but I can't make this shit disappear. What the fuck, man? You're gonna make me lose my job and yours. We're gonna be fucking in the unemployment line together. But no, that's dope, man. That's dope. But also, that's just like, that's also just a, and again, I'm not, you know, prying or anything like that, but that to me just seems like a good tell of just the good type of good person that you are, right? Like you have that sort of, I'm not going to say freedom, but you have that sort of respect. You have that sort of, you know, you have put in the work. You have shown that you are a trusting person to have that sort of, I'm not even gonna say it's a luxury, but you know what I'm saying. You are trusted enough to have that freedom with something like that. I guess that's probably the best way to put it. I guess that's really honestly the fucking best way to put it. Man, I promise one of these days I'll learn to read and write. It'll happen. It'll happen over the course of, like, you know, doing shit. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. I'll learn. I'll promise that. I'll promise that to all you beautiful motherfuckers. I'll learn. I'll put in the effort. I'll put in the effort to learn and read and write. It ain't gonna happen overnight. I will say that. It ain't gonna happen overnight. But I'll get there. I'll get there. It's actually a pretty recent job. They are a smaller tech company and work with the owner back in. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it might be a recent job, but you still have that sort of connection from way back in the day. So I don't know. I'm a big I don't want to say believer, but like, I always think that, you know, if you're gonna interact with somebody, you should always, and I'm not gonna say you should always have like it in the back of your head that you'll meet them again, but you know, there are circumstances where like you meet somebody and then later down the line they're like, oh fuck yeah, I remember you, you come work for me, all this kind of shit. So like, it's just a respect thing, and I'm speaking personally. I always treat people when I meet them with respect, and I treat them, you know, hey, if I see you down the line, that's cool as fuck. If I don't see you anymore, I wish you the best. You know, one of the biggest things that I like to say is, I always want people to eat. Sure, it might not be at my table anymore. You might not be eating at my table, but that doesn't mean I don't want you at a table eating. Like, I want you to thrive. I want you to be the best person that you can be. Just because I'm not privy to it, or, you know, something happened between us and, you know, we drifted or whatever, that doesn't, I'm not gonna hold no ill will towards you. I want you to go do your shit. I want you to heal. I want you to do whatever the fuck you gotta do. Go do it. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna, like, life is way too goddamn short to be holding like that deep of grudge. But I will say this, I do hold grudges. They're stupid grudges. They're fucking stupid grudges. Like, I remember when I was a kid and there was a local ice cream. Now, granted, this ice cream place has been out of fucking, you know, business since I was like 12 years old, but I never fucking forget. Okay. So anyway, back to the story. Local place. It's been around for fucking years and years and years. Most of my childhood. I went there and I was like, I was young, right? I was young. The first time ordering my own ice cream cone, I was shaking it. I was a young warthog scared. So I went to the thing and I was just like, hey, I want this ice cream. And the lady looked at me like I had 3 heads. She's like, we don't have that. Very rudely just fucking snapped at me. I cried. I walked away. I didn't get no ice cream. I cried in front of all these people. So I held a grudge for that particular environment. I still do. I still hold a grudge. But like I said, those grudges are just fucking minute. Like I've had people in my life that have done me wrong and stuff like that. And when I was younger, I was very I was very aggressive and I was very firm in that mud and in that headspace that if you do me, go fuck yourself. I don't want nothing to do with you. But as I grew, I've sort of I've kept that, you know, hey, fuck you, but I've nurtured myself enough to be like, hey, fuck you. Just because we're not together doesn't mean I don't want you to succeed. Go do what the fuck you got to do. Just don't do it with me, right? I don't want you to eat at my table, but I want you to eat. So go find another table. Go build your own table. Do whatever you got to do. I don't want you to suffer, but I'm not going to give you the energy to watch you succeed or to fail. If that makes sense, right? Like I have matured enough that I don't want anybody to innately fail, but I'm also going to stand 10 toes down and protect myself. I don't give a fuck. Go succeed, go fail, do whatever the fuck you want. It's none of my business. It's none of my business, right? Like I don't want you to fail. I want you to succeed, but you're going to do whatever you want to do. It's no longer concerns me, you know? So, and that's, you know, sort of the energy that I've wrapped around myself is just because, you know, at least for me personally, it was hard keeping up that manifestation of like, fuck them. Oh, they fucked me over, blah, 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 blah. It was very hard. And, you know, it was taking up space in me for other better things, for more positive things. You know, it was taking up space in my greenhouse for what? Right? Like at the end of the day, ultimately they win because they live inside of me rent free, and that's fucked up. So I was just like, you know what? I can't be having that mindset no more. I really can't. I can't be having that mindset no more. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna eat. I want you to eat too, but it ain't gonna be near me. It ain't gonna be near me. It ain't gonna be at my table. Do whatever the fuck you gotta do. That's it. You know what I mean? And there's no malice to that. There's no vengeance to that. There's no ill will to that. That's just straight up. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. And you know, I think that's also like, and I'm not gonna say, I also want to give the preference that the way that I think and the way that I move is very, very centered to me, right? Like I'm not gonna say for everybody that is a common denominator and that is a path that you should walk. Never in my life will I give advice, right? Or never will I ever look at somebody and be like, hey, you need to do X, Y, Z to get someplace. Never. You will never hear me say, hey, you should just do it like this. Fuck it, right? Never. And, you know, that's something I'm very prideful in myself about, is like, I've never put out that energy. I'm not here to sell you nothing. I'm not here to tell you that you're doing something wrong. I'm not here to tell you that if you do this, you'll get to this avenue. Nothing like that. And, you know, sometimes it is very important for you to take up that space, keep that energy and be like, okay, I need to thoroughly butcher and dissect and get my fucking emotions into this feeling before I can get to another avenue. And, you know, whatever works for you, I you know, I can't say one way is right. I can't say the other way is right. It's whatever ultimately gets you to another day, right? Like, let's be honest. Whatever gets you to another day, you know? Wow, very freeing mindset. And you know what? It's not even so much like a freeing mindset. I think it's just, you know, it just works for me, right? Like I'm big on, like, the things that I speak might not work for you, but some of the things that I might say, you know, some of the words, some of the stuff like that might gravitate towards you and might spark some sort of interest in you. And if that's the case, take those words and make it your own. Don't ever fucking what is it called? Plagiarize? Plagiarize? What is that word? Plagiarize? Plagiarize. 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 Plagiarize? I feel like that's the right word. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I feel like plagiarize is the right word. But don't ever plagiarize my way of living. Is that a good formation of words? Right? Make that shit your own. Use my shit as an outline if you need to, but make that shit your own. All right? If I'm out here putting out the energy, the fucking bears are licking the bowl clean. All right? You take that fucking wording and you say, Douth the bears came home and the porridge was looking spectacular, so they done clean the bottom of the bowl. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that I want to put out there, right? I'm all for using anything as like a fucking starting point, but like, if I put out, hey, the fucking bears licked the bowl clean, and then you come out here and say the bears licked the bowl clean, you know what I mean? That don't fit your character. That don't fit who you're trying to be. If you're, paraphrase, no, it's plagiarism. So I know what the definition of is. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna say that because motherfuckers might hold me to that. But like, it's like when you did an essay and you went to a fucking website and you just copy and paste it. Plagiarism. Hold on, I got the internet. Why the fuck am I not using plagiarism? Plagiarism. Yes, plagiarism is using someone else's words, ideas, or creations and presenting them as your own without who gives it about the fucking proper credit? But you feel what I'm saying. So yes, plagiarism. No, you're fine. You're fine. I said a lot of words, Chris. I'm not even gonna say that I didn't say a lot of words, because I motherfucking did. I said a lot of fucking shit. So listen, your misunderstanding is my misunderstanding. Because I said a lot of fucking shit before I even settled on the right word. I think I said like planetarism or something like that. There was a lot of shit. There was a lot of moving pieces. You know what I mean? You mean appropriate, don't appropriate your ideas. Something like that. Something like that. I think it's more in line of like bit shit that is for you, right? Like if I'm talking and I have a certain energy and shit like that, and then like you start talking how I talk and you start trying to exist in that, and it's like it's forced. It doesn't fit you. Mold shit for you, right? Not everybody's gonna be out here illiterate like me, right? Like I don't know how to read, I don't know how to write, shit like that. Yes, very similar to that. Very similar to that. Don't do that. Don't do that in any aspect. Culturally, fucking vibally, whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it. You gotta have your own identity. You gotta be a standing force of your own right. And I'm okay. Like, listen, I'm all for it. Like, I fucking love when I start like saying words, or like one of the biggest things, and this is still a running joke in the hand-holding hooligans. I'm gonna admit something. I'm gonna say something very not even controversial. It's just a slight on my fucking general knowledge of words and just intelligence, right? So I 100%, and hand to the beard, stroking, hair back, boom, all the fucking check marks. I 100% thought that living, and Big Pout was the one that fucking hammered this home, but it's living vicariously through somebody. I 100% thought with my chest that it was bi-curiously through somebody. So like anytime I'd be chilling and stuff like that and somebody's like, oh yeah, I'm eating something like that, I'm like, hey baby, I want to live bi-curiously through you. Like, tell me what it is. I want to know what that food is. So I would say bi-curiously, because I thought it was, the saying was, I lived bi-curiously through somebody. I legitimately thought that was the saying. I thought that was the phrase. So I kept saying it, and I kept saying it, and Big Pat was just like, what are you saying? Why do you want to live bi-curiously through me? I was just like, you're eating something good. I want share the details. I want to live bi-curiously through you. And she's like, do you mean live by, what's the word? I'm gonna fucking say it again. By fuck, man. I said it right the first time. Yes, vicariously. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. She was like, do you mean vicariously? I was like, no. It's like, what are you talking about? Listen, I was like, listen, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was very, very, very ignorant about this stance because I didn't know. I didn't know any better. I legitimately thought it was bi-curiously. And then she's like, do you mean vicariously? I was like, nah. What the fuck you talking about? Like, I was like, no. Put my foot down, all that kind of shit. And she's just like, she explained to me, and I was just like, fuck. You're right. You're right. I was like, you're right. I'm sorry. I was like, you're right. You're right. Now, I'm going to admit that you're right. I'm going to apologize for being so headstrong and wrong and ignorant in my understanding. But I also want you to understand that I'm probably gonna 95% of the time still fucking call it the way that I was calling it. So that's how it works. Flavor text for your card is, I want to live by, yes. I want to live vicariously through you. Yes. There she is. We were talking about how just to sum up the whole, conversation, since you're coming at the tail end of it, we were talking about how you told me that it wasn't living vicariously through somebody, that it was living vicariously through somebody. And we talked about how I was very like, what the fuck you talking about? No, this is the proper way to say it, and I was wrong. But we also talk about how, like, I was man enough to admit that I was wrong, but I was also stupid enough to say, honestly, with my whole chest, that I will probably forget and say it wrong again. But luckily, I have since furthered my knowledge, and now I only say it to be memeing. So that's like, I was introducing everybody to like the fucking the running joke. So there are many running jokes within the hand-holding hooligans, but the two main ones are, I can't read or write. That's like lore as old as time. And two is, I say I like to live vicariously through people. So like those are the two like pillars of fucking hand-holding hooligans lore right there. That's probably the funniest way you could mess that word. Oh, it was. Because people would come in chat and they'd be like, we'd be talking about food and they'd be like, hey man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have something like this. I was like, damn, that sounds fucking good. Let me live vicariously through you. And that shit sounded mad aggressive. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That shit sounded real fucking aggressive. And I'm sorry to all those motherfuckers that I probably scared off by saying the word wrong. I apologize, because I myself am a very aggressively looking person, and when you come into my chat and you speak, for the first time, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna eat this, and I'm just like, I want to live vicariously through you. I apologize. I understand. A whole lot of shit happened. That's my bad. I'll take the lumps on that one. Okay, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. I can see I can see where that would be a little bit intimidating. I could see where, you know, I could see that. I could see that. It could be worse. It could have been. Listen, bitch, that's because I have a fucking speech problem. Don't be fucking bringing my disabilities into this. You ableist. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say this. I'm joking. I'm joking. For anybody watching, I'm joking. I'm joking. I need to give the disclaimer now because I don't want nobody to be thinking I'm on that real shit. That was a good though. That was a good snap. You got to admit it. You got to admit it. That was a good fucking snap. That was a good recover. I said that shit with a straight face and I said that shit aggressively. But no, I also have an issue where I can't say words until somebody says it to me like multiple times. And then I can say it. Like see, we're fucking doing it again. We're fucking falling down that rabbit hole. Making me look like a fool. But if somebody said it to me, I could, after 5 times they said it, I could probably get it once. Exactly. You say that shit 100 times, I can guarantee you I can say it good once, crispy once, for real once. But them 99 times, it's the same thing with plagiarisms. Where did we get that from? I fucking was all over the map. I said at least 7 different words that were like half right, half incorrect, completely wrong. Maybe that word didn't even exist until I found the proper word that was plagiarism. It's just how we roll around here. It's how we roll around here. There's nothing wrong with it. And another interesting fact about me, I'm waving my fork. This is my back scratching fork. Hey, I'm a big man. I'm a big man. There are certain avenues on my, and I don't have somebody that is fascinated with the idea of scratching backs that evolves around me. So I have to fucking be a pioneer. I gotta have a back scratching fork. But anyway, one of the things about me also is I will say things 100. I will say everything with my chest, even if I'm wrong. I think I will say something so confidently that somebody will know that it's wrong, but I will continue to say it with such a confidence that they have to step back and be like, you know what, let me Google this real quick because this motherfucker's standing on business and I really don't know. Like, I know I'm correct, but like, he's just saying it so fucking firm and so confidently, I gotta like double check myself. And if I'm wrong, I do apologize. I do apologize. I am very open to communicating where I'm wrong. I have no problem with that. Recently built the deck, the Everwise. Why does that card sound so familiar? Hold on. I think Rael, the Everwise. Is this the same card that I'm thinking about? Hold on a second. Oh, no. I'm thinking about the other Rael card. I'm thinking about the white green Rael elf card. That's what I'm thinking about. I think that's correct, right? Rael elf card. It might not even be called that. Honestly, it might be called something else. Rael the Everwise. No, it might be called Reese. I think it's called maybe Reese. Hold on a second. Reese. Rise the Exiled. That's who I was thinking about. Rise the Exiled. Yep. No. Rise the Redeemer. I'm sorry. It's Rise the Redeemer, not the Exiled. I'm thinking of Rise the Redeemer. That's who I was thinking about. But I'm sorry. Let me read that comment now because I snap fucking thought, and then I will let you tell me something in a second. Recently built the Ryle the Everpower and got 35 cards, drawing cards, and most of them wheel all the cards in my hand for 7 or more new ones. Okay. Oh, hella G shit. Hella G shit. But you need to be careful about that. Go take a hot bath. Hot bath, Epsom salt. Hot bath, Epsom salt. Watch that shit, because speaking as somebody with back issues, you do not want it to spaz to a point where it's so brutal that you can't move. So definitely ice, heat, ibuprofen, and some sort of bath to kind of loosen those muscles. But I've always liked that. I've always liked decks that wheel. One of my favorite decks that I've played against is I'll never forget this. It was Rakdos fucking fuck you deck, and that's what he called it. Rakdos fuck you deck, and it was a deck that everybody wheeled. So like he's like, oh, I've got 7 cards in my hand. Guess what, everybody? We're gonna wheel. I'm gonna discard these 7 cards, and we're all gonna draw a new 7. That was my favorite well, not my favorite deck, but one of the funniest deck that I've ever played against is fucking Rakdos fuck you. I'm gonna wheel, you're gonna wheel, we're all gonna draw 7. And I was always on the tail end of like, I had 2 cards in my hand. I'm like, fuck yeah, I don't give a fuck. What happens if I draw the 7? Don't care. Don't care. I'm gonna draw these 7. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. I'm gonna play video games after my fat steak. Okay, that's fine. But get an ice pack. Eat your fat steak, and then while you're gaming, get an ice pack for your back. Check all the marks at the same time. You know? With Ryle, you wheel 7 and draw 14. Oh shit. Like just you or the whole table? Because that would be fucking gross. That would be a fucking gross deck. Okay, hey, we're gonna wheel 7. No, we're all gonna draw 14. Hold on a second. We're gonna wheel 14. Turns out we're gonna draw 20 fucking 4 now. Imagine that was your win con. Like, okay, hey, I'm gonna play a lab, man. Guess what, guys? We're gonna play a fun fucking game of everybody's gonna draw their deck, but I'm gonna win. You know? I'm gonna win. We're all gonna draw 7. No, I don't like this hand. We're gonna draw 14. I don't like this hand either. We're gonna draw 24. I don't know if I like this hand either. All right, one more wheel. We're gonna draw fucking 38, whatever the fucking number is. You know, shit like that. Do you have a pretty card? Do I have a pretty card? Do you want a card right now? Let me see. Okay, I'll show you a pretty card. I'll show you a card that I think you would like. You are engrossed in fucking fairy smut. So I'm gonna show you a card that I think you would enjoy. This is for all of your Smutticus dreams. That? I don't want that. No. I mean, I have a card in mind, but I just want to be sure that there's not. Ah. Here it is. I think this is the winter. I think this is the winter for cute shit. Or for a cute card. Okay. Here. This is from my Freya-Elise deck, so this is all elves. So think of it as a all elf smut novel. This is the card. Right here. That's right up your alley. That's the type of shit you like. Mystery. Legs. A little bit of thigh, a little bit of knee. Look at that. That's the card for you. That's the pretty card for you. I'm gonna hold it here for another 2 seconds because I know. Okay, there we go. I was waiting for you to say something in chat because I know you'd be pissed off if I fucking held the card up and you didn't see it. You'd be like, "Oh, you didn't hold the card up." Yes, I did. Correction, yes, I did. You just looked away. So yeah, that's your pretty card. That's your pretty card. Also, we were talking about this a little bit ahead of stream. I don't know if you were here for this conversation, Ryan, but as an also nerd enthusiast, we were talking about like just general card games. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but have you ever heard of Star Wars Destiny? We were just talking about like, because I worked at a game store, we were talking about like the card games that came and went. Star Wars Destiny was one of them that we talked about. The Final Fantasy card game was another one that we talked about. And I'm gonna put this to the chat again. Have y'all ever heard of the Transformers card game? Transformers TCG. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna let that marinate. Transformers TCG was actually a fucking thing. Was a thing. And I'm not even talking about the collab with Transformers and fucking Wizards. I'm talking about legitimately Transformers had its own card game. It happened. It fucking happened. I have played it years ago, but not much. Oh, of course. Yeah, no. So what we were talking about is just card games that came and went. So, Star Wars Destiny, there is a new card game for Star Wars called Star Wars fucking Unlimited. I think it's called Star Wars Unlimited. That's strictly a card game. This one was a card and dice game. It was pretty interesting. It was whatever. One of the coolest games that I think came out I was kind of upset that it went under was the Final Fantasy card game. But the One Piece card game that's out right now plays a lot like the Final Fantasy game. I've seen that's pretty cool. I do like that is an option. But yeah, just so many card games have just come and gone. Like Final Fantasy was dope. Dragon Ball Super I think is still around. I think that's still around, so I don't want to say Dragon Ball Super, but yeah, Transformers legitimately had a card game. You have never played a card game? I told you, we got to play Magic. So this is from Waho's mouth. This is from Waho's mouth. I said, Waho, would you ever play Commander with me? And she said yes. She said she would play Commander with me. So that means vicariously, she would play Commander with you too. So we need to set up a fucking day or whatever in the future where we meet up, we link up at a Waffle House and we play Commander, because that's how you do it. Waffle House is even turf. Nobody's house. Nobody's giving out too much information. You get good food. You might get a fight. It's good shit. So we need to, that should be something that happens around spooky time. What do you need to bring? Just yourself? I have so many Commander decks. So what we did tonight is this is my box of shame. Okay? We did half of Shame Night tonight. We purged some of the Commander decks that are in my backpack of nerdiness, and we took 3 of them out. So this is my box of shame. All of these Commander decks are ready to play right now. If somebody came up to me and said, hey, do you have a Commander deck? I have 8 Commander decks to fucking play right now. So if we ever linked up for a Waffle House Commander night, you would literally have to only bring yourself. Nothing else. Nothing else. You could bring some of your cute dice. I will say that. If you do, because I know you have cute dice. If you want to bring some cute dice, you can bring some cute dice. But that is not a necessity. That is just a, if you want to be cute and bring your own shit. But nothing. I literally supply all of the decks, and it's easy. So nothing is really what I'm trying to say. Benefit of the restaurant is you can't. But that's true. But I'm gonna say something that it might be a little bit egotistical, but your boy has been getting in the shape. All right, I've been on my fitness journey, and I used to be a big bitch motherfucker where my belly would kind of go over the table. But now I'm at a point where I can fit in boosts. I can fit in motherfucking boosts, ladies and gentlemen. So I do not mind fucking sitting in a booth anymore. There used to be a time in my life where I only had to sit at tables because I was a big bitch. I'm still a big bitch, but now I fit in booths. So it has opened up a new avenue for going out and enjoying company with people. I've hit the pinnacle in my fitness where I fit in booths. But yeah, no, Waffle House is just the way to go. It's the way to go. That is the fucking, and I feel like that's like the perfect place to learn too. Plus, it's me. Like, you know what I mean? You've known me a very long time. You understand how I introduce people into things and shit like that. The dimensions are stellar too. Exactly. And we got to bring Waho to the Waffle House dimension. That's like her dimension. That's her reality, right? That's like, you know, we got to bring the alien back home every once in a while. We got to bring the fucking alien back to the mother planet every once in a while. That's what we do. We bring Waho to Waffle House, and it's everything's right in the world. Everything's right in the world. Oh, there was chunks in my water. I don't know how it got chunky. Oh, I don't know how it got chunky, but we're done with that. We're done with that. That water is done. We're done with that. I got a whole new fresh gallon on my bed. I'm done with that shit. Oh, God. I don't know if it was a beard hair or a fucking a mustache hair tickling my lip when I was drinking, but we're done with that. That, sayonara, see you later. I'm not fucking with that water no more. Good thing I have enough in my car and my bed. But listen, it is 10:30. This has been an absolutely fucking wonderful stream and a wonderful hangout session. I do want to incorporate more of these. You know, let's do some key points and what we're gonna do further. I definitely do want to talk to my local game store and talk to the owner and stuff like that and see if I can, you know, record some Commander games there, you know, get permission to do that. So that's something that I want to do. Next month, I'm going to be looking to get in some podcast equipment. So fucking get ready. More episodes of the Hand Holding Hooligans are going to be coming out. So I'm ready fucking that, you know, and who knows, we might record some episodes and we might get the old fucking cast together. We'll see where it lands. Shit like that. Just a lot of moving pieces. But listen, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It's been a fucking wonderful time. But I am an old man and I do need to turn off this light because my autism is screaming at me. I hate this fucking light. It's too bright and it fucking screams at me in all the wrong ways. I fucking hate this light. So I'm going to turn this light off. I'm going to fucking start to relax. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to settle into my Friday evening. And I hope you guys do the same. I really do. I hope you guys do the same. Y'all have been fucking spectacular. And enjoy your Friday. I'll probably be here tomorrow for some sort of shenanigans. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some date everything. Maybe we'll do some hunt showdown. I don't know. Maybe if people are free, we can play some Peak or some Repo. We'll see where the chips lie. But listen, if you ain't heard today, let me be the first one to say I'm motherfucking proud of you. I'm happy you exist here in this moment. I'm glad you woke up this morning. Stay hydrated. Go get something to eat. Go get something to snack on. And I will see you in the motherfucking next one. Y'all stay beautiful. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.